going on, everybody? Get the Raging Rob here. I'm walking to the Waffle House. There's actually 4 things I want to address. 4 things. 3 people and 1 other thing. And I'm going to do it all in this video. So this video could be a little long, but that's okay. First thing is first. I am going to the Philippines. And I'm not going to say exactly when because the troll's out there. But it's going to be in a little while. It's not long. I am going to the Philippines sometime this summer. Okay? I'm getting a lot of messages on Twitter of people that are kind of concerned about me, about going to this foreign country. You know, people saying, oh, we're worried about the biblical beast Raging Rob. We don't want anything to happen to you. There was a guy out there. I can't confirm his name, but just somebody said what his name was. I don't know who made the video, but somebody said it was this guy. Well, Anthony Wilson, PhD, on Twitter, allegedly, if that was the guy who did it. I found the video from Joker's Wild, and this was an hour-long video. And basically, this guy was talking shit on the Philippines, just talking a bunch of trash and how the Philippines is a filthy country and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And my name came across his video for a good half an hour. He was talking about me, talking about my girlfriend, how my girlfriend, blah, blah. I'm not going to say too much about my girlfriend because I don't want to make her mad. I'm not going to put her personal info or anything. I'm not going to talk about her. But anyway, he was going on about how I'm going to be set up and how that she set me up to kill me or whatever. You know, that's stupid. First off, I've been talking to my girlfriend for 3 fucking years. Okay? I know who she is. Okay, I know who my girlfriend is, for crying out loud. I'm talking to her for 3 years. So I appreciate your concern, Anthony Wilson. I appreciate your concern. But don't worry about the biblical beast Raging Rob. This is not my first time in the Philippines. I went to the Philippines last year while all that martial law shit was going down. I mean, that shit went into effect about a month before I went there. It started going into effect. And a couple relatives told me well, don't go. You should cancel. I'm like, I had this plan for 5 months. I'm not fucking canceling. I went. They had martial law down there in some of the areas. I did not go to the area that had the martial law. I went to Manila and I went to Boracay Island. I had a hotel 3 blocks away from the U.S. Embassy, which this time around I'm going to have a hotel close proximity to U.S. Embassy. In case shit goes down, I could just run 3 blocks to the embassy. Very smart. I got phone numbers and contacts to the U.S. consulate office in case shit goes, in case the inevitable happens and shit does happen. You know, I've already researched and prepared for this shit. In case war breaks out, I'm going to be fine. Okay, last year, they had a hotel, while I was down there, they had a hotel, terrorist attack, fire, 30 people killed, 3 miles from my hotel in Manila, while I was in Manila. As a matter of fact, that same hotel is right by a bunch of shopping markets and the light rail train that runs through the main area. I think it's called Taft Avenue. As a matter of fact, I rode the light rail and went by that shopping market 10 hours before that terrorist attack. So I just missed it by 10 hours, but, you know, you get what I'm saying? I was in Manila when it went down. It happened 3 miles from my hotel. I'm walking down Taft Avenue and I see, yeah, it was crazy. Because the next day, I think it was the next day after it happened, I was walking down Taft Avenue and I seen a couple of motorcycle cops with what looked like M16s on their back just patrolling. You know, when me and my girlfriend were walking down the shopping area, whatever. So I survived the Philippines once. I'm sure I'll survive it again. This time around it's not as bad as last time. So I just want to get that off. And I appreciate everybody's concern. That's one of 4 things. Second thing, Massiah. He came among my mentions. Well, somebody mentioned him. He's still trying to stay relevant. He's only getting 20 views a video. He's still trying to be relevant with the JWO. The JWO is dead. It was a thing that lasted a while. It was great. It was great. It was a thing that started in the off season with the NWO, the LWO, the Bomb Squad, and all these other stupid little factions from the TTC. They're just JWO. It lasted a couple of years during the off seasons. Veronica Clark tried to do her book deal. It failed on her, and now she became a laughing stock. And all of a sudden, she disappears. The JWO died off. Now we're talking about the House of Pain, or the WTF Federation. JWO. Massiah needs to get with the times. That shit's over with. I made a new channel too. House of Pain, Raging Rob. See, I'm getting with the times. Say maybe Massiah needs to get with the times. Anyway, third thing. Number 3 person I want to talk about. Nitro Junkie keeps popping up in my comment sections after I block them over and over in all their other channels. He had the audacity to hashtag registered sex offender in my comment section. Well, let's classify registered sex offender. Let's define it first. Sex offender. Let's take out the word registered and define the word sex offender. A sex offender, the legal definition, is the offender of sex. Somebody who takes sex and offends it. That's like fucking everybody. Everybody offends sex or has, sex outside of marriage, or homosexuality, or prostitution, or whatever. Those are all sex offenders. Then we have convicted sex offender, those that break the law while offending with sex. Perverts, pedophiles, those that get a prostitute, a John, and get caught. Child pornographers. Rapers, those are sex traffickers, those are all convicted sex offenders. 99.9% of these crimes will get you put on the registry. Now you could probably take a plea deal, depending on the audacity of the crime, have it drop down to a misdemeanor, and maybe, just maybe, you won't get put on the registry. Now we have registered sex offenders, which means you are on the registry across the whole United States of America. Depending on your conditions, depending on your probation, some of them are on lifetime probation. Some of them are not. A registered sex offender means you have to register your address wherever you move to, and your place of work. This registry is available nationwide to everybody. It is illegal to use the registry to harass sex offenders. Now, obviously, I believe in the registry. We had the registry in place for a reason, to protect society against these creeps, to know where they're at, to keep an eye on them, to keep society safe. So I believe in the registry. I believe it works. It does work. I believe in the Amber Alert system. It works. So to answer Nitro Junkie, I am not a registered sex offender. You can look my name up. It won't exist because I'm not there. Because I never broke the law. Well, I'm not going to say I never broke the law, but I'm saying I never broke the law as far as sex is concerned. And I've never been arrested in the United States. I've never been convicted of a crime. And if you, by chance, happen to find Robert Kinnison, somewhere out there in the United States on the sex offender registry. It ain't me, it ain't my fucking picture. So therefore, your little comment, Nitro Junkie, is invalid. Now you're blocked again for the 4th time. Stay off my fucking channels. And you think you're gonna be a little cute by switching your name around, not noticing? You didn't think I would notice it was you, that it was you? You didn't think I would notice that you changed your name from Nitro Junkie to D-Town Quotes? Yeah, it was you. I blocked you anyway. You think you're gonna be a little sneaky, huh? Biblical Beast Raging Rob is smarter than that. Now the 4th thing I want to talk about. As you know, there's this restaurant out there called the Red Hen. Where the fuck is that located? Lexington, Virginia. They denied service, which is purely their right. Free market. We have the right to refuse service to anybody for any reason. We have the right to refuse you a gay cake if we want to. That's our right. So the Red Hen refused Sarah Huckabee Sanders service because of her politics. Well, another Red Hen restaurant out there, not associated with the Red Hen in Lexington, Virginia. This one was in Swedesboro, New Jersey. They got targeted, and they weren't the one that, did that shit. They weren't the one that kicked out Sarah Huckabee Sanders. They put a statement on Facebook saying, hey, do your research. We have no association with the restaurant in Lexington, Virginia. So a Red Hen restaurant, this happens to have the same name, got targeted in Swedesboro, New Jersey. And they had no association whatsoever with them. Alright, 12 minutes. I'm not sure if I could do 15 minutes longer videos on this channel or not. So I'm going to cut it off. I'm at 12 minutes right now. So one last thing I want to say to Nitro Junkie. He threatened, he comes up on my comment section and says, well, you false accusations or death threats. No, you came up with my death threats and said to me that the next time I step foot in Pennsylvania, that I'm going to have a near-death experience. Well, guess what? I did a 34-hour restart in Pennsylvania. That's a trucker's restart, the 70-hour clock. Okay. I left Pennsylvania this morning at about 4 a.m. Okay. I'm in Columbus, Ohio now, walking down the street. Walking to the Waffle House to get my waffles. I survived Pennsylvania. Just like I survived the Philippines last year. Just like I survived a car accident when I was 6 years old, when I got ran over by a station wagon. I survived getting hit by a pickup truck when I was 14. I survived a truck accident when I was 24. I had 2 concussions when I was roller skating, age 16 and age 18. Survived that as well. Probably made my brain scramble. That's why I'm crazy. I've survived some pretty good shit in my life. I'll survive the Philippines in a few weeks, and I'm sure I'll survive Pennsylvania again. And that's all I got to say about that.